Hello smart people, Rose here. Welcome back to the Academic Rose channel. In this first story time, I want to tell you the story of how I ended up doing a bachelor's in industrial engineering. First of all, I actually wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life when I was in high school. I went to Croem, so my high school, instead of being 3 years, I had 2 years to decide what was gonna be my career path. At first, going from middle school to high school, I kind of had an idea that I wanted something that was directly dealing with people. After going to Croem, I knew that I was going to end up in math or science. Everyone that goes to Croem ends up doing something related to engineering, so hence I knew that I would eventually go into something related to engineering. They gave us a test, like an aptitude test, to see what would be a good fit. I remember I was a good fit for teaching and customer service, which kind of goes along with the storyline of, well, being directly dealing with people. And while in Croem, I participated in various student organizations like chemistry, the chemistry society. I was part of the honor society. I was part of the counselors and many other things, but the one in which I was the most involved in was the solar team. And during those years in the solar team, I actually was the captain of the solar team. So I first started off as a quality team leader, so I was in charge of assuring that everything was according to standards. I was writing proposals, writing reports, doing comparisons and some statistics. And after that, the next year I was actually elected the team captain of the solar team, and there I noticed that I really like taking charge of projects and looking for things to improve. During that year, one of the counselors coordinated a visit to the UPRM, the University of Puerto Rico in Mayagüez, to specifically the industrial engineering department. And there we had various sessions in which we literally drove from Croem to the UPRM. It's about a 10-minute drive. So they drove us from Croem to the UPRM to the industrial engineering department, and different professors gave us different workshops on what exactly industrial engineers do. So I remember there was a workshop about how we can use robotics and coding to basically automate things, and how we as industrial engineers are thinking on how to take away this task that can be done by a code or a machine, and still think about the human element and how important this is, because not everything that can be done by a machine should be done by a machine. And that was something that really stuck with me. And I remember that what they said, or that professor in particular said, that even if you go through a Microsoft Word document, and mind you that this was back in 2005, 2006, 2007, something like that. And we went through a Word document that was actually auto-corrected by Microsoft Word, and you would see that there were some words that didn't really make sense, the corrections. And that's how he made the point that you actually need that human element to go over everything that the machine did, because you cannot take the machine as an absolute. In the end of it all, the machine was made by humans, and so it kind of drags that human error with it. And that was something that was like, oh, this is really interesting, I want to learn more. And then we had another talk by another professor where she was telling us about how industrial engineering takes into account the human body, and how everything we set up has to take into account the human body so that we can be as efficient as possible given our dimensions and how we think and how we work and how we learn, and that was so exciting. And after that, we also had another professor who talked to us about simulation and how you could take a real life thing, use statistics, and literally simulate what that system is doing, and how you could tweak things in your simulation and would be less expensive than if you do it in real life, and you can play with it as much as you like. So that was another talk that was like, okay, I'm liking this. I think I'm gonna do this. And then the last drop on that glass was when I realized, when one of the professors was talking, as industrial engineers, you get to use math and actually see the use of it. Because in the classroom we use math, we do equations, we solve for X, we solve for Y, but we never actually get the connection of what exactly is Y? Why are we doing that? Why are we searching for the freaking X? When he explained how we take mathematical models and all these models with math that really represent a system, I was sold on the idea. So basically that workshop, in addition to all the other experiences I went through in Croem, was what made me decide on applying for industrial engineering. So yeah, that's the short version of my story of how I ended up selecting industrial engineering. Let me know if you also are an industrial engineer. What is your story down below in the comments, or whatever profession you're in or whatever degree you're pursuing, how did you select that degree? So that's it. That's it for this video, smart people. I'll see you again on Monday. Bye, smart people.